Boston Blue, the Donnie Wahlberg-led Blue Bloods spin-off, will tell the Danny Reagan story that the original series missed out on. Danny is one of Blue Bloods' best characters, and explains why he's the best character to have his own spin-off. He was already a detective by the time the series introduced him, so not much is known about his life before that. Still, the character was able to endear himself to viewers for 14 years. Boston Blue is meant to soften the blow of Blue Bloods ending, as it's one of the shows CBS cancelled in 2025. The new series will take Danny away from his family in New York. Instead, he will transfer to the Boston PD and work with the granddaughter of that city's most prominent cop family. The new series will have some elements in common with Blue Bloods, although Danny is the only Reagan confirmed to be appearing. The new family at the center of the show will provide opportunities for new storylines similar to those found in the original series. Boston Blue's Jonah Silver sounds so much like Danny Reagan. He's young, overconfident, and impatient. Marcus Scribner smiles on late night. Although not much is known about the supporting cast yet, it has been announced, via Variety, that Blackisher's Marcus Scribner will be playing Jonah Silver, the youngest member of the new clan at the center of Boston Blue. Jonah's character description suggests that he will be somewhat like a young version of Danny. Unlike Danny when Blue Bloods started, however, Jonah is a rookie cop. He is frustrated with being on the sidelines and eager to jump into the action, and he always expresses confidence and walks with swagger. It's somewhat surprising that Jonah's character sounds so similar to Danny, as most of the new Boston Blue characters seem analogous to other Reagans. It would have been logical for Jonah to be the Silver's version of Jamie, Will Estes, who was a new cop when Blue Bloods began. However, making Jonah somewhat arrogant and overly self-assured will give Danny the opportunity to deal with a younger version of himself, which will lead to some interesting storylines. Jonah's Boston Blue story will make up for Blue Bloods not showing Danny's rookie days. His storyline will suggest what Danny was like. If Blue Bloods had a prequel series, it would have been fascinating to learn what Danny was like as a rookie officer. Unfortunately, that is not likely to ever happen now. However, Jonah's inclusion in Boston Blue makes up for this missed opportunity. Although Danny and Jonah are separate people, it will be easy to imagine how Danny might have behaved with Jonah's actions, considering their similar temperament. Jonah's behavior will likely be similar enough to how Danny likely acted when he was younger to make the point clear. This setup will force Danny to confront his own shortcomings. Danny tends to think that he's right in any given situation, so he's never fully considered how his behavior looks to others. However, including Jonah in this Blue Blood spin-off will change that. Danny will likely be aggravated by Jonah's behavior and thus see, for the first time, how he sometimes appears to others who deal with him, which might prompt him to reflect more on his own behavior. How Danny and Jonah's relationship can shape Boston Blue. Danny can become a mentor to Jonah. Danny Reagan, Donnie Wahlberg, smiling in Blue Bloods. Danny's relationship with Jonah may work in several ways. For one thing, Danny has always been the renegade cop who does what he thinks is right, not the senior cop who younger officers look up to. As a detective in New York, he didn't have any rookies working with him, so this would be a dramatic change. Additionally, a lot is riding on Danny developing a positive relationship with Jonah because he is related to the Reagan's new partner. Danny needs to make a good impression on her, and the best way to do that is to become an effective mentor for Jonah. Interestingly, Jonah is likely around the same age as Danny's son, Sean, Andrew Teresiano. It is yet to be seen whether Sean will appear in Boston Blue. However, Danny may come to see Jonah as a surrogate son, especially given how similar they are. This could lead to an interesting dynamic that will deepen both characters' development.